Welcome to Kauai, also known as the Garden Island, and for good reason. Home to the famous Na Pali coast, lush tropical rainforests, cascading waterfalls, and beautiful beaches. Come along as we explore the oldest of the Hawaiian islands by air, land, and sea. We'll travel counterclockwise around Kauai, showing you where to stay, where to eat, and the best things to do all across this incredible island paradise. We're Howard and Caitlin Newstate, dog people, food people, adventure people. We've been living on the road for the past 4 years, traveling through North America and beyond. Each week we bring you along with us to show you how to live like a local in every new state we visit. We flew to Hawaii for Howard's surprise birthday trip. He had no idea where we were going until we got to the airport.
Just heard that we're going to Hawaii.
And even then, he still wasn't sure what island we had landed on. So the entire trip and all the activities were a complete surprise.
Oh, Kauai.
Howard just figured out what island we're on. Here on Kauai, there really is something for everyone, whether you're looking for an adrenaline rush, epic hiking, or you just want to relax sipping Mai Tais by the beach. And we're going to show you how to do all of that. But we're kicking things off with some adventure and probably our favorite excursion on the island. If you only splurge on one big activity here, this should be it. We just made it to the small boat harbor. So we are heading out on a boat with Captain Andy's for their Na Pali Coast rafting tour. And I am so excited.
Prior to you getting on the boat, we have a separate shoe bag, and then we'll return them to you a little later once we do our beach landing and we get off the boat.
Thank you. Of course, thank you.
Just hang on, let the boat do the work. Any last words?
Go.
Let's go, I like it. These are the Hawaiian spinner dolphins. Dolphin is referred to as naya. Smaller pod of them. Pod sizes range, 50 to 100 on a small side. Every so often you'll see that mega pod where there's like 500 or more of them. Right where that wave is currently crashing, right into the side of the sea cliff. What's going on is here, these waves have found a weak spot in the side of the sea cliff. The waves constantly hit the same spot over and over, and that's the beginning stages of a sea cave being formed. The cave is more formed in the wintertime because we get extremely large waves out here. But big waves crash against the side of the sea cliff and creating a sea cave. Eventually the sea cave gets so big, the ceiling of the cave gets too heavy and it simply collapses on itself. And that's what happened directly in front of us. So where I'm going with that is, this is what you call as a hanging valley. This is where the coastal erosion is more rapid than the inner island erosion. And keep in mind, Kauai is about 6 million years old. This is the oldest island in the Hawaiian chain and definitely the best Hawaiian island. But it also takes the brutal of the beating, the force of those big waves. 2,700 miles that way, the next landmass, you're gonna run into the Aleutian Islands of Alaska. Keep in mind there's a little motion in the ocean today, so as we mentioned earlier, please don't fall off the boat, but please don't fall off the boat inside of a sea cave. That's probably worst case scenario. Tuck your toes, hang on. By all means, do pictures, do videos and stuff like that, of course at your own discretion. You drop anything over the side of the boat, I guarantee it's aloha. It's gone forever, okay? So please don't think about it. You got it?
This has been absolutely incredible. So we're at like the halfway stopping point where we get off the boat and we get to have lunch.
Wow.
And take a little hike to an old fishing village, I think. This has been just absolutely incredible. To be able to see the Na Pali coast from this viewpoint is just like once in a lifetime.
And the caves. And that one that was a roofless cave?
Yeah.
The one that was like a protected cove that had this rock that supposedly like Mary J. Blige, I guess, one time did a music video there. I don't know.
People get married in there?
Beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
And our captain is so impressive. Like the way that he handled some of those waves and swells and everything. Yes, it's bumpy, but you're not getting rocked around to the point where it's uncomfortable.
I think he says 4-foot waves today, and the tour is about 6 hours, and it makes sense because it does take a decent amount of time to get up to the northernmost point of the tour, where they're taking you through a whole bunch of different caves, you're seeing sacred beaches, and then you kind of work your way back down the coast.
When we go into the cave, it's just so amazing to watch the crew work, and they're telling stories about everything at the same time and learning all of these things that you would have no idea about if you didn't take a tour like this.
Yeah, at one point we saw in one of the caves, it was the last 40 feet of the second highest sea cliff waterfalls in the world.
Going snorkeling. Because it's so rough, it's very murky. I saw some colorful fish and I was just about to give up and I'm like, all I want to see is a sea turtle. If I could just see a sea turtle. And I look in front of me and I'm not kidding, a sea turtle this big is right in front of me. And I'm the only one around and I'm like, oh my God, this amazing sea turtle. And I swam with him for like 5 minutes.
What is that?
It's a monk seal. They're the most endangered species here in Hawaii.
Wow. Okay, so according to our guide, that was the largest monk seal he's ever seen, and he estimates it to be 800 pounds.
Oh my gosh. I'm amazed. All I wanted to see while we were here was a turtle and a monk seal, and I saw both within an hour of each other.
This is the best lunch stop
Ever.
Welcome back.
Thank you. All right, we're back on dry land. Justin and Kason, our crew and captain, were fantastic. If you guys do one big excursion on the island, I don't know, this is the one to do. Like, that was absolutely amazing, Captain Andy's. With so much to see and do all across the island, where should you stay? There are 2 major resort areas. South, you'll find Puipu, with great swimming beaches, shops, and restaurants. And north is Princeville, a master plan resort area built around 2 championship golf courses. We opted to stay sort of in the middle, on the east side of the island, also known as the Coconut Coast in the town of Kapa'a. There's a great local vibe here with unique shops and incredible dining. We stayed at 3 different hotels in this area during our week-long trip. A name brand Hilton property, which has a wonderful tiki bar, and as a guest of the hotel you get complimentary Mai Tais, which is a nice perk. The beach is a bit of a walk down the hill, but the swimming area is protected by a man-made rock wall, and the snorkeling here was excellent. We also stayed at the more budget-friendly Aston Islander on the beach. This property and the rooms are a bit older, but the grounds and oceanfront views are definitely what makes it. And in our opinion, we've saved the best for last. Kauai Shores Hotel. This retro motel turned funky beachside getaway is a vibe, and this would be our top recommendation in the area. Okay guys, I have a confession to make, but I think Kauai Shores Hotel might be one of my favorite hotels that we've ever stayed in. And we've stayed in a lot of hotels, and there are a couple of reasons why. And I'm gonna talk about the room first, which is so nice. We are in room 202, and it has an amazing oceanfront view. And I love all of the touches in here. First of all, the bed last night was extremely comfortable. We have so many pillows, which is really important to me. There are 2 luggage racks. There's a huge smart TV. There are tons of towels in the bathroom, and it's just a really comfortable room to hang out in, and every room has a balcony, which is also very nice. We had coffee out there this morning and had lunch on the patio. It's awesome. A big draw for me and why I decided to book this hotel is because of the ambiance. It's just really fun. They have an on-site restaurant, Lava Lava Beach Club, which has happy hour every day. They pulled out a bunch of lawn games today. It's Saturday afternoon, so everybody's out there like playing cornhole and foosball. There's a beautiful view of the ocean, obviously. There's a bike path right in front, and 2 pools and a hot tub. I mean, what more could you possibly need? As we mentioned, this area has plenty of great dining options. For breakfast, we love Java Kai. They roast all of their coffee beans and have several gluten-friendly options. So right next to where we had breakfast is Kauai Gourmet Nuts, and they were offering free samples, so we were like, heck yes. We went in and had a wonderful time learning about the process. I tried some roasted almonds that were covered in like mango, and she's using a traditional Bavarian machine to roast them and add everything, like all the spices. So delicious. We also learned that the macadamia nut is the hardest nut to crack. I think she said it takes 400 pounds of pressure to open. A great lunch spot is Pono Market. They have daily specials, you order at the counter, it's carry-out only, and very reasonably priced for delicious local cuisine. I got a Hawaiian plate, which is Kahlua cabbage, and then poke. Got tuna and salmon here. Oh my god, look at all that pork! And what'd you get? You got adobo chicken and chicken long rice?
Chicken long rice, yeah. Really, really good value.
Yeah, like this was what, $11?
Yeah.
Awesome. And for a quick dinner, we loved Wailua Drive-In.
So this place has been featured on Guy Fieri's Triple D, if you know what that means. This is not a fancy place, but it has some delicious food. This is a absolute fast food service. There's even a drive-through, so you can call in advance and get your order and pick it up and just head out.
That's why it's called diners, drive-ins, and dives.
That's true. Well, it's also called, right up there, drive-in.
And you cannot visit Hawaii without having a delicious shave ice. Wailua shave ice is rated as one of the best on the island. Each one is like a work of art and equally as delicious as it is beautiful. And just remember, there is no D. Make sure to call it shave ice as opposed to shaved ice. We're doing one of our favorite things that we love to do when we visit an island or a national park or any major destination, and that's doing a driving tour with gypsy guides.
Yeah, we've done it all across the country and actually even in Canada as well. There are tons of these excellent, it's like having a tour guide in your car with you. Tons of recommendations, turn-by-turn directions. You get activity recommendations, dining recommendations, as well as the backstory of the places that you're at. It's a really wonderfully done tour, and I highly recommend it. This is not sponsored in any way. We don't get anything at all, but you should definitely check out the Gypsy Guide app. Cannot recommend them enough.
So we're heading to the south today, and then we're going to be driving up into Waimea Canyon.
So to visit Waimea Canyon, when you arrive at your first lookout, there's going to be a pay station. It's $10 for the vehicle and then $5 per person. You only pay one time, regardless of how many lookouts you go to. So today we will not be hiking, and let me tell you why. Because 2 nights ago, in the middle of the night, there was a fire alarm at the hotel. And in a fit of desperation to try and turn off an alarm, which I cannot turn off, in the dark, I crashed into the credenza and then fell onto the tile floor. And as a result, my legs look like this.
Oh. And then he has a huge bruise up here. Oh my God.
So I have that, what do you call it, like invisible adhesive bandage on it. And that's making it look at least a little bit better, but it still really hurts. So we will not be hiking, unfortunately, anymore. Instead, we're going to be doing a tour of some lookouts. And there are several lookouts along the way, official lookouts, to see the canyon.
This is supposed to be one of the most beautiful and famous lookouts on the island. But because we're so high and this is like the wettest part of the island, a lot of times it can be socked in with clouds and fog and rain, and that's what we find today. So we'll just have to use our imaginations and probably look it up on the internet. It's beautiful, isn't it?
You just gotta look at it, Caitlin. We're getting to observe a cloud from the inside. That's crazy.
Beautiful.
Just look at it. The picture. Caitlin, this is where we were on the boat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so there you go.
Yeah.
So if you can't see it from land,
Get on a boat.
Get on a boat. It really is probably beautiful.
So imagine this is there.
Couldn't really see much, but now we're gonna go get some lunch.
Yes, we're going to, I think it's Hanapepe, and it is one of the historic villages here. There's an artisans area and there's a swinging bridge, and we're gonna go walk around and see what we can find for some lunch because we're hungry. So I got a patelle plate, and it's kind of like a tamale, but she said instead of like corn masa, it's in a banana leaf. And then it comes with poke, salad, and rice. So I'm gonna cut this open here. It's stuffed with olives and pork, and it is very delicious.
And now continuing our long-standing tradition of suspension bridges, we found a suspension bridge here in Kauai.
Yeah, it's the Hanapepe swinging bridge. I feel like this one I can handle much better. I think it's much lower off the ground, and there's less risk involved.
If you've been following us for a while, we seem to collect these. We were recently in Canada, and we went on one there, which Caitlin was reasonably okay with.
Yeah, that one was pretty low too.
But in past, we've certainly been on ones very high off the ground, and those are not so bueno for Caitlin.
A lot of signs up here. 15-person limit, do not swing the bridge, do not jump off the bridge.
Do not pass go.
This is so cute though. Ooh. That is definitely very topsy-turvy, and some of the boards are a little loose, but it was not as scary as some of the other ones I've been on.
Good job, my love.
Thank you. Well, this coffee lover is very excited about this stop.
And as a former coffee lover, I'm also excited by this stop because I get to try a little bit of coffee.
We are at Kauai Coffee, and this is the largest coffee estate in the US, which is amazing.
Kauai, this is the #1 export of the island, coffee. And here we are.
We can do a little self-guided walking tour through the coffee farm fields. We visited right before the fruit began to ripen, which happens in late September. Harvesting runs from mid-October through December, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visiting the estate is a great way to learn about the process and sample seasonal flavors that you can only get right here in Kauai. Well, we gotta get some of the pumpkin. And of course, we had to stock up and bring some back home to the RV. Another well-known beverage made right here in Kauai is the famous Koloa rum. Their location at Kilohana Plantation offers free daily tastings. You do need to sign up and reserve a time slot right on site.
Caitlin and Howard, right over here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And they pour different rums on different days of the week. It was a super fun experience, and we learned a lot about the distilling and bottling process. We even got to make the cutest, teeny tiny Mai Tai.
All that's missing is a really tiny umbrella and a little piece of the pineapple.
That was delicious. They not only make the rums, but they also partner and make these like fruit infused like cocktail mixes. They had one that was guava. I can't wait to try that one. My favorite was the traditional Mai Tai. I love the Mai Tais. We had too many of them at our last stop, so it was very nice to have your own personal small Mai Tai to try it out. I thought that was still absolutely delicious.
We also got to try a coconut and a chocolate rum, and I think that the coconut was my favorite. It was very refreshing and almost a little minty, and I bet if I'd mixed like the coconut and the chocolate, that would be so good. After our rum tasting, we're going to relax even more on a little train ride. This is good.
Great, thank you very much.
So you can purchase train tickets and take an authentic train around the Kilohana Plantation, and we're going to learn all about all the different crops that were grown here, and I think we're even going to feed some baby pigs, which I'm very excited about.
Welcome to beautiful and historic Kilohana. My name's Kai. I will be keeping you company.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun.
Hi.
We're feeding formerly wild pigs. They're still wild even though they live in a fence, so you can't hand feed them because they will bite, but you can hand feed the donkey and the horse.
I think the theme of today is waterfalls. So we just got back from Wailua Falls, and it's worth the drive, definitely. Just know that it is a dead end, and that is the only thing to see, and you can see everything you need to see from the parking lot.
Our gypsy guide was talking about how people have climbed down to it, but it's very treacherous and the county frowns upon it, and there's all kinds of fences around and
And
everything.
tons of signs that say, don't do this, road closed, path closed. They don't want you doing it. And so now we're on our way to some other falls. I think there's like, it looks like from the map, there's like 2 or maybe even 3 waterfalls all in a row. Should be fun.
Yeah, this island is very teeny tiny. It's only, I think, 30 miles across. So you can cover a lot of ground in a day. But because of that, like there's a lot of traffic. And so they're like, you know, take your time, be on island time. Don't expect to get anywhere fast.
We are now at the Floating Shrimp Falls.
Rolling shrimp.
Rolling Shrimp Falls.
ʻŌpaekaʻa.
ʻŌpaekaʻa apparently means rolling shrimp.
And that's because there used to be shrimp in the streams here. There are not anymore. Oh, I see them. It's so pretty, and I bet there are so many other hidden waterfalls because of how mountainous Kauai is. Like, can't even access them or can only see them by air. Oh my goodness. We found the mother lode of chickens. This is like where they all hang out. Oh, watch out. Oh my God. Oh, look at them.
Hi guys.
If you had a chicken phobia, I would not recommend this stop. There's gotta be 100. I had no idea there were so many chickens on Kauai. Like, this puts Key West to shame. We just took about a 30-minute shuttle ride here. This is something that's new in the past couple of years for Haena State Park. You have to have a shuttle reservation, or if you get lucky, you can try to snag some of the very limited parking, but it's rare.
You guys are hiking the Hanapepe Beach. It's about 3 to 4 hours round trip. Okay, 2 miles in, 2 miles back out.
So there is a very famous trail that goes along part of the Na Pali coast. The full thing is very intense. It takes multiple days to do, but you can do a very small portion of it without an actual permit and without needing to train and stay overnight and do all of that stuff. When's the last time we actually hiked? Like, it's just gonna be a little challenging, but I think if we go slow, we'll be fine. He said that he has accidents every day on this trail, so take it slow. I don't want to be the accident. This is the start of the famous Na Pali coast. We are here and we're going to be doing this section right here. As you can see, it goes, look at all those switchbacks, wow. So it goes 11 miles out, 11 miles back. So many warning
I
signs.
just want to point this out. Hazardous cliff, flash flood, falling rocks. Everything, Caitlin, you've picked the trail.
Woo! Proud of myself. All right, let's go, baby.
All right.
You look so epic with these palms. How you doing so far?
Good. The lower altitude really helps.
I just have to point out that Howard dressed accordingly to match nature. So he's got teal on the top with some blue on the bottom. We've got teal and blue.
Yeah.
Good job.
It was by design. I knew exactly what I was doing. How you doing?
Well, I was starting to feel some pain and then I saw the beauty and it all went away. Wow. So excited. Just got a glimpse of the beach and it's beautiful. Come on.
So now we've reached the exciting point that you wanted to bring water shoes.
There's a stream crossing.
Yeah.
We didn't want our shoes to get wet. And then you're at the beach. You cannot swim at this beach. It is a very dangerous beach, but there are like a couple tidal pools and you can walk on the beach and it's just absolutely beautiful. And we made it here in 90 minutes.
We did. We made great time.
Even with all the stopping.
Great time. Yeah. We're gonna switch into our water shoes. You should probably do the same. It's not worth it to slip and fall into the water.
Oh, it's cold. Woo. Good job. That was much easier than trying to walk across the rocks.
Yeah. Plus we already have our shoes on for the tidal pool.
These waves are massive. They're so big.
It's absolutely incredible. And the roar from it is so loud. I don't know if you can even hear us right now.
So now we're trying to find a cave that the ranger told us about.
Yeah. I think, is this it?
Well, no. Let's see.
Okay, bye. Wow.
This is crazy. This is super cool.
Okay, the cave is real. You ready to go explore?
Yeah. I'm a little
Okay.
nervous. Like, where's all this foam coming from?
Is this connected?
There's light down there.
Unbelievable.
Super cool though. This is awesome. I could see how this would be very dangerous at high tide from when the tide's coming in.
Oh, this looks even cooler coming back. Yeah.
Took us an hour and 15 minutes to get back.
Not bad.
That was definitely one of the most beautiful hikes we've ever done. It was challenging, but not the hardest. I will say that I packed tennis shoes because I had seen a lot of people online who did it in tennis shoes. We saw people do it in flip-flops. So it's kind of whatever your comfort level is. Now, having done it, I think I would have packed hiking boots to do it, just because there are some rocks and things. There's not like loose rocks. You're not going to be like super like sliding on that, but it would have been nice to have like the extra ankle support. But I'm so glad we did it. We're back. Now it's time to go eat. Feels so good to walk on something flat. Hot tub is going to feel very good tonight on our legs. We earned it. We also earned these delicious Mai Tais, which you can find at Tahiti Nui, a family-owned and operated restaurant in Hanalei. They have an extensive menu with delicious food and, of course, these yummy drinks, which are also on their happy hour menu. This is a must-visit spot in Hanalei, and everything always tastes better after an epic hike. We're back down in Hanalei, and we didn't really get to explore the other day because we were so tired from our crazy hike. So we're gonna walk around some more and see what we can see here in this cute little town. This small town surrounded by beautiful, lush green mountains is filled with cute local shops and delicious restaurants. We had some of the best poke we've ever eaten and loved visiting the beach with its iconic pier stretching out into Hanalei Bay. It's one of the most photographed spots here in Kauai. The nearby Dry Cave and Tunnels Beach are both worth visiting in this area if you can snag a parking spot. It took us a while, but we were successful and enjoyed walking through the cave and snorkeling here. On your way out of Hanalei, make sure you stop at the Hanalei Valley Lookout for stunning views of the mountains and the perfectly manicured taro fields.
We're here, going to there, and going over to there. Okay, Queen's Bath. We made it, but you should probably not do this in flip-flops.
No. No, it's a little treacherous to come down, and you definitely should not swim here. There are people that are swimming here right now, but my risk-averse self would not recommend it.
Well, not only is he swimming, but he's diving.
Diving.
And he's done it like multiple times.
Yeah.
I think he's a local. I think he does this often.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're coming down, just know that there are about 7 or 8 parking spots that are at the trailhead, and that is it. There are signs everywhere warning you, do not park on the sides of any street when you're down here.
Yeah, because it's a neighborhood, it's a residential area, so I can understand them not wanting cars parked all in their lawns and all over their streets. We're finishing up our gypsy guide, and he brought us down this little side street to Anini Beach, and I wish we had known about this the beginning of the trip because the water is like glass, and I bet it's like beautiful snorkeling out there. It's so pretty. So if you're coming here, make sure you go check out Anini Beach. Hopefully it is as smooth as it is right now for you.
Okay, so we're at an airport, and I'm pretty sure Caitlin just booked us on a helicopter tour.
Close, but not exactly. While helicopter tours are amazing, they don't fit into everyone's budget, but they're still a great way to take in the incredible bird's eye views of Kauai at a more budget-friendly price point. We opted for the Big Kahuna Air Tour with Airventures Hawaii. Their Airvan planes seat 6 people, and there are no middle seats, meaning everyone gets a great view out of the big bubble windows. We made a complete circle around the island, flying over Kauai's coffee fields, down the Na Pali coast, over valleys and waterfalls. We spent about an hour in the air, which was the perfect amount of time. For more destination episodes from around the world, check out our series from Italy, Alaska, Canada, and more. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.